The first commands we will look at are chcon and restorecon. Chcon stands for change context of the object. So if the context is of the var type and we want to change that to the HTTPD type, then we can use changecon. Now this is nice, but keep in mind that whenever there is a relabel of any kind, the context as configured in the policy will be the new value of the file's context on disk. So changecon or chcon does not change the policy. It only changes the current situation on disk. We can easily test this with restorecon because restorecon uses the policy to lay out the context of files on disk again. So that will generate kind of an overwrite on disk. So let's once again check the context type of the new document root and then change it. And as we see, it is of the type var_t, and we run the chcon command with the capital R, which means recursively. So all files in the web server directory and all subdirectories and everything that's in there will get the HTTP type as the context. When we list the current situation, then we see that all has been changed to HTTPD. And if we create a new file in the same directory, this file will inherit the context type of its parent. So because the var web server directory itself has the HTTPD context type, all new files will also automatically get that type. But it must be clear that we did not change the policy. We just changed the current situation. So if we'd remove the directory and recreate it, it would be back to var_t again. And in addition to that, if we would relabel all files in our system, the same would happen. All files in the web server directory, including the directory itself, would be reverted to the var type, which is still in the policy. Now let's check our web server, and it works as expected. Now next to restoring all labels on your system, you can also use the restorecon command. This simply relabels the files and directories that you pick based on the current policy. And we see that all files are of the var type again. And of course the web server will be blocked. Okay, but what if you want to make this permanent, so that even after a relabel of any kind, the situation would be the same as when you used changecon? This is where SELinux can help. With SELinux you can change the policy on the fly without having to recompile the policy. And after that the new label will be applied whenever labeling takes place. So the command looks like this. We add the file context in the policy to HTTPD recursively for the web server directory. To actually change the current files on disk, we will need to rerun restorecon to set them to the correct context type. So we run restorecon recursively to the web server directory, and as we see, all files are set back to the correct context. And the web server is no longer being blocked by SELinux. Now let's have a look at fixed files first and then discuss some serious topics.